Here comes Tyrell Biggs, who's got a lot of proving to do after what happened yesterday. As Biggs approaches the ring, let me remind you that getting set for this, the super heavyweight bout. Yesterday, as many of you may have seen, Biggs just was not the fighter he has been in the past, and you could see it going into the fight, and Craig Payne was terrific in the first 2 rounds. So after that fight, I interviewed both fighters, beginning with Biggs. How do you feel physically, the ribs, looking toward tomorrow?
Well, the ribs are just about in the same condition they was when I started this fight. They're not bothering me any worse, and they haven't, the pain haven't lessened any either. It's just about the same. I don't know, it's just a thing where I couldn't get up for this fight, because I told you I disagreed with the box off anyway, me beating him so many times, and obviously he was super psyched up for this fight.
Well, what did you do tomorrow?
Same thing.
Same pattern.
Same thing.
No change.
No, I'm coming to give it everything I got.
You're Joe Frazier. He's Muhammad Ali.
That's what it looks like. He looks like Muhammad. He dances like Muhammad. Throws a jab like Muhammad. I'm coming. He's coming. Everybody tried to discourage me, saying things that he was hurt. Step, I don't believe that. Tyrell Biggs, he's 100% in condition. This fight's history now. This fight doesn't mean nothing. The fights before doesn't mean nothing. Tomorrow means everything.
So, both fighters, after yesterday's fight, clearly won by Craig Payne. Now Biggs gets his final opportunity. He has come this far, so far. Highly sensitive young man with many inner self-doubts, has been worked with closely by Dr. Anderson, the team psychologist, but in the long run, it has to come from within. And yesterday, it was Craig Payne, who had been beaten 4 times consecutively by Biggs. Nobody gave him a chance. There's the tail of the tape. Big reach edge for Biggs, height edge, and that weight I do not believe is correct, because I breakfasted with Craig Payne this morning, and he told me he weighed 217 pounds, the lowest he's been. So Paul Connor will be there. He is the 3rd man in the ring. He'll be one of 4 Americans officiating at Los Angeles. Paul is from Milwaukee. And the other officials are Raleigh Schwartz, Tony Filippelli, Carmen Williamson, Elmo Adolph, and Bob Sirkin. We're about ready for the start of the fight. We are not holding them up, lest you think that. Okay, the action begins. What Biggs must do that he didn't do yesterday, establish his pattern of fighting, which he's trying to do immediately with that foot movement. When right, he is an effective, quick-handed, quick-footed fighter, especially for a heavyweight. And he must control the fight according to his pace if he is to win. Connor is warning Craig Payne about holding. Cautioning is the more technical and more proper word. Round 1. And you see Biggs trying to flick that left in there and get out. Score with the left and get out. Don't let Payne cut the ring in half on him and level it. Yesterday, Payne was actually beating Biggs to the punch, scoring with his own left. But for Biggs, everything on the line. People who've questioned his heart, his fortitude. People who've raised so many questions about him. All of which he's aware of. Payne's greatest victory over Teofilo Stevenson in Houston, Texas. Stevenson, the legend of amateur boxing. This is certainly a vastly better first round for Tyrell Biggs than yesterday. Payne was battering him all over the ring. Today, Biggs is setting his pace to a much greater degree. Fighting back when Payne gets to the inside, forcing Payne to miss, as you just saw, and then blocking Payne's blow with his arm and glove. There's that left, doubled up on it. Now another quick flick, and another, and then down to the stomach. That's the Tyrell Biggs that we had grown accustomed to. There's Payne missing. Counting down to the end of the first round. 20 and 19 and 18. Very different first round. As the round winds down, we'll be back. We're back live, Las Vegas, Nevada, round 2. Tyrell Biggs, a different man today. Everything at stake, wanting to prove so much to so many people about himself. A beautifully boxed first round. Let's see if he can keep it up. Total change from yesterday. Payne trying to go to the belly and to that rib area where Biggs has constantly complained of pain. A good left by Payne. Payne now trying to fight the way he did yesterday. Let's see how Biggs responds. Payne's corner told him he's got to get back to what he did yesterday. Get more active. Caution to the corner. Don't coach the fighter. That was the steward's corner. Or Biggs's, as you will. Second round action. Notice Payne, he's been instructed from the corner, get down to that rib area. So he's trying to go down, then come up with the left lead. And Payne throwing the left much more often and more successfully than he did in the first round. Now let's see if Biggs can get back to his pattern of the first round. It's what he's trying to do. The most sanguine thing that happened to Tyrell yesterday. Oh, a good right that stung Payne by Tyrell. Payne wore down dramatically in the third round. That is not a knockdown. That's a slip. Connor quickly indicated. So Payne no mind. Crowd rooting for Craig Payne. And Payne having much better success in this round than he did in the first. Biggs is not doing exactly what Emanuel Stewart told him to do. Keep boxing, keep control. You set the pace. And for whatever reason, he is not doing it. He fought a beautiful first round. If he starts mixing it up, as is happening there, Tyrell is in deep trouble. Payne, a bullish man, stronger, trying again to go to that rib area to slow Biggs down. Payne had told me he would pace himself better in this fight, so he'd have much more left in the third round. Because yesterday he had nothing left in the third round. And we wind down round 2. We'll be back. We're back, and it comes down to this. Give Biggs the first round, Payne the second, and look at Payne go at him. Biggs had established his pace in the first round. Payne took over in the second, and look at Payne go at him. Payne's instructions, go at that rib area, go at the stomach, you're slowing him down. And Biggs has not been able to hold Payne off. A caution from Paul Connor to Payne. The crowd boos. The crowd is with Craig Payne without question. What Biggs must do if he is to win this fight and get to his dream is use that left jab. Use it. Double up on it. Keep Payne off balance. You see Payne go to the rib area, the belly again. Stamina may be the key, judging by Payne in the third round yesterday, but maybe Payne was right. Maybe he's paced himself better because he's been a tiger here in the early going of the final round. Unbelievable. 4 times in a row, Biggs had beaten Payne without real difficulty. And now, oh, look at Payne. Now Payne may be beating Tyrell Biggs for the 2nd time in a row. A brawling 3rd round, not being fought the way Tyrell Biggs would have wanted it to be fought. Payne taking the pace as he did in the 2nd round. Both fighters want to hit with the white portion of the glove. Well, I would never challenge Tyrell Biggs' courage after this fight, not personally, and he's still very much in it because he's working the left effectively now. We still have 40 seconds left. Tyrell using the ring now, dodging, and look at Payne. That kind of awkwardness doesn't help, not in the eyes of the judges. But Payne desperate to get to that stomach and to that rib area. And Payne wearing down now drastically. Dead tired. A wild 3rd round. This will be an interesting scoring process. As Connor cautions Payne again. Payne wild and missing now as the fight ends. And the fighters embrace. And the crowd stands, their approval obvious. The crowd wanting Craig Payne to win. Now, let's look at the beginning of that 3rd round when Payne came out like a tiger. Right here. Around the neck. But now, Payne wildly sweeping and scoring. And Biggs being driven back. When you send Biggs backwards, that's when you remove all of his tactical ability and pace. Now, here's another Payne combination. There's the left. Another left. Then the right. That was the combination. Then the miss. So he started like a tiger. But this one, the scoring will be very interesting. And we'll be back with the decision in a moment. Back live at Las Vegas. The end of the line has come.
In the super heavyweight division, to represent the United States in the 23rd Olympiad, in the red corner, Tyrell Biggs.
The crowd disagrees. The crowd is wrong. Biggs won the 1st round. He won the 3rd round when Craig Payne tired noticeably, and I think clearly that Biggs outpointed him. I don't understand Olympic scoring in general. If they knew the rules, they might feel differently. With me is a man who knows the rules, the man whose fashion may be the